Hey guys, I'm Eric, and today I'm going to talk about 5 manager traits that I feel are the most essential. Starting off with kind of my experience, I don't have very much experience being a manager, but I have been a couple of different leadership positions in my organization within my fraternity. I held a couple different positions, such as new member educator, vice president, and most recently I was president. And so some of the things I'm going to talk about are things I either picked up from being in leadership positions or things that I learned at retreats and kind of we focused on at certain times. Number one is listening. I think listening is very essential, especially whether it's your superiors, but especially to the people that are below you, the regular everyday employees, because they're the ones that are going to give the best feedback. And so if you're not really willing to listen and communicate with them very effectively, and it's more one way of you telling them what to do, then that trust and respect isn't really going to be built, and they're going to be kind of hesitant to go to you at times, and you're not. I don't think you're going to get the best work out of them. So I think if you listen to what they have to say and you kind of combine heads, uh, I think that's the best way to go about it. Um, the second one is accountability, and I think this one's very hard at times. Um, Especially when there's conflict or there's problems going on, uh, whether it be with your buddy that you work with or whether it be somebody that you might not like very much that you work with. I think you have to keep each other accountable because it sets an organization and it kind of goes back to that trust and respect level, which are very very essential to a working environment. So keeping each other accountable, you have to be able to you know tell the person you're working with whether or not that's a ethical or good or the right time to do that. And like I said, some points it might be hard, but if you do keep each other accountable, it will create a more trusting and respectful environment. My third one is tact, and I think for managers this one is very important, um, because you have to kind of learn how to talk to people. You can't be too directive, and you also can't be too lazy and too passive in the way you say things, especially in times of anger or a lot of emotion. You have to learn a little bit of tact with things. So you have to learn how to tell somebody that you're aggravated or they messed up, but without kind of insulting them and ruining the progress, and keeping in mind the end goal of that you want to both get that same thing accomplished, and you don't want to step on too many toes, but you want to make sure that you're stern and that you are making the point that it needs to be accomplished. The fourth, I think, kind of goes along with tact a little bit, is patience, and you have to recognize that not every worker might be the same. Not everybody is the same way, and not everybody's going to have the same motivation or the same work ethic. So I think at times you have to be patient with certain people, and that doesn't necessarily mean let them slack off, but it means that you are willing to, at times of frustration, be patient a little bit and wait for that person maybe to come through, or be willing to cool yourself off before you have that hard conversation. And the last one I feel is the most important of all these, because as a manager you have to be very confident. So number 5 is confidence, and I think this is because as a manager you have to exemplify and you have to lead the team. You can't really show at certain times that you're scared or that you're hesitant, because then the team's not going to follow up. But whether or not what you're feeling is, you have to be confident in your abilities as well as your team's abilities, and you have to use many different ways to create that team and work environment. And I think by using these 5 traits, that you can create that confidence in your team and therefore build that confidence in yourself as well, creating a greater work environment.